So my name is Benjamin Messerly. I am a senior operations technology management major. I was born in Portland and I grew up in Arizona.
I'm Nicholas Robinson. I'm a finance major, recently graduated, and have a minor in entrepreneurship. I grew up in Hong Kong, London, and Seattle, and went to University of Portland.
Nick, that's quite a story you got there. How many years did you say you did you spend in each of these places?
I spent 7 years in Hong Kong, 5 years in London, and then high school in Seattle, and that's how I ended up in Oregon.
Yeah, that's crazy. What took you to all those places?
My dad's job as a in capital market.
Wow, that's cool. So Ben, I'll start with you. How did you get into Invent Oregon?
I embarked on the entrepreneurial journey over the summer of last year when COVID started to hit. I learned that I would be joining the eScholars program at UP, so I was really looking forward to that. I was kind of pivoting to how I would really generate ideas, and over the summer, I took up a lot of my interests in skating, snowboarding, and surfing, and thought of the idea to build a multi-tool to unite all three of those concepts into one unique design. And I found myself through Invent Oregon by winning the Pilots Venture competition at our school. We just kind of went from there. We got into Invent Oregon, and now we're really excited to be on this journey.
Yeah, that's great. Nick, what appealed to you about joining Ben on this project?
I also was part of the eScholars program, and we lived together, and so we're really good friends in that sense. But I started off with an idea for skiers, sort of like a knee brace, but then ran into a lot of difficulty due to government regulations, potential liabilities if the brace wouldn't work and stuff like that. But when Ben came up with an idea that involved skating, boarding, and surfing, I really took to it and thought it would be a great idea to move forward with.
Firstly, congratulations on winning the entrepreneurship challenge out of University of Portland. Was there a faculty advisor or mentor along that helped you along the way at UP?
Yeah, Kay Mulkatine was definitely our go-to in terms of all of our entrepreneurial needs. She has been a great resource for us. She's a really unique contact because she has contacts all over the world, which has been super cool. So she's gotten us into contact with a lot of unique people and a lot of unique companies. I don't know if you're familiar with these guys called Trink Tools, but they build multi-tools for all intensive purposes. Their mission is to build tools for intended purpose, and she hooked us up with that connection, which was huge for us because now we have international connections for manufacturing, other tool companies that we can reach out to. So Kay has been a really great mentor for us.
Wow, that's awesome. It sounds like they've had a really big impact on the work you're doing. Nick, would you echo that? What kind of impact did they have for you?
Kay definitely streamlined our focus on what we wanted to build and really made us focus on the actual tool itself because we sort of had a lot of ideas going into our second semester of eScholars, and it was hard to narrow down how we wanted to build our tool. Trink tools helped a lot, and Kay definitely made us focus on a specific iteration that we like now.
Great, that's awesome. Let's start talking about the tool now. I know I'm going to refer to it by widget tools just because that's the name we're going with here. I know that it's going to change at some point, but Ben, what is widget tools?
Our mission at Widget Tools is to build reliable tools for board sport enthusiasts. What the widget tool actually is itself, we call it a board widget. The board widget consists of 6 different tools, 2 of them being screwdrivers, 3 of them being in different sockets, and then 1 being an Allen key. And each of these attachments caters to surfboards, skateboards, and snowboards. So to get down to the specifics of it, there's a number 2 Phillips head for mounting your skate trucks, a number 3 Phillips head screwdriver for mounting your snowboard bindings, a 3/8 socket wrench for adjusting your skate wheels, a 1/2 inch socket wrench for adjusting your trucks, and then a 9/16 socket wrench for mounting your trucks. And the 3/32 hex key, that's specifically for mounting future surf fins onto a surfboard. And I think that covers all of them. That's all 6. So yeah, that is exactly what it does. But the beauty of it is that you can fit this in anywhere in your pocket. It's just a little 2.5 inch by 1.5 inch tool that can easily be carried by the rider. They can use it at any time, whether they're in the backcountry, out by the beach and they need to replace their fins, or just at the skate park. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of our idea.
Nice. I appreciate that. The outdoor rec scene is a little bit close to my heart. I spent several years writing about it. But I'm wondering, why is it important to combine so many sports into one application?
Yeah, absolutely. So the reason why I think it's important to unite these three specific sports into one tool is because I'm an avid surfer, snowboarder, and skateboarder myself. So I kind of dabble in all three areas of Stoke. I really enjoy these, and I found a lot of different people who really enjoy at least two of those same activities themselves. So I feel like we can penetrate a market that hasn't yet been seen by other outdoor retailers and outdoor tool companies in the industry. And I really think if we can hone in on this target market that I'm thinking that there should be out in the United States, we can really find something lucrative out there.
Awesome. Nick, I think I was just about to ask you whether you would echo that it's important for this tool to be applicable to numerous kinds of sports.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because a lot of the potential customers that we've talked to that are mostly our friends and also people we've met on the streets at shops have all said, wow, I'd love to use a tool like that. It's hard to have all those specific tools ready to make adjustments. So the fact that it has all 6 of the attachments ready to make any adjustments necessary for your board is great. And it saves a lot of time searching through your toolbox. It's small, so it can stay on you in a bag, whatever you want. I think it's definitely important.
Ben, I'll ask you this. You may have mentioned this a little bit already, but was there a moment where you had the inspiration for this idea?
Yeah, ironically, I do. I remember working at the boat rental shop that I work over the summer in Arizona, and I was just thinking, like, what can I do for my entrepreneurial venture? And I started just drawing on the whiteboard, just this little circular attachment. I was originally drawing a bottle opener, and then I kind of got this inspiration to unite all of my interests into one tool. So I drew 3 socket wrenches and two little lines for represent 1 screwdriver, 1 Allen key. It wasn't anything special, but it was really kind of the key for me that I was like, wow, this could actually be something I pursue. I did a little bit more research, kind of found out that there really isn't anything out there like that on the market that unites all 3 areas of these board sports. And I really thought this was a good idea. And I'm kind of proud to say that this was my idea. So it's super cool that I've been able to kind of move on that initial inspiration from just sitting in the boat rental shop, just bored one day.
Yeah, I've also worked retail. The struggle is real. Let's talk a little bit about Invent Oregon. Over the next several weeks, you're going to be going through the program to help develop your idea, and develop a business plan and pitch to investors. What are some of the biggest challenges or obstacles that you foresee going through that process?
So first off is to create a following through our website and through an Instagram page. We need to start advertising to potential consumers to make sure that our idea is viable and to see if we have a lot of attention from board sport athletes. Our second order is to build a prototype. We already have a 3D printed model, but we want to have either a hardened plastic model or an alloy or some sort of metal so that it's actually able to be used to make proper adjustments. And then thirdly is to apply for a patent and come up with the patent drawings.
Just to sum up what Nick had to say, all the market research is there. We know Instagram is going to be our main point of contact through our early adopters and our potential customers because it's one of the has the highest engagement rate between millennials and Gen Z. Facebook is kind of on the way out, so that's why we're pivoting towards Instagram. The website is going to be key if we want to continue to attract pre-orders and gain traction with our existing customers. And then applying for the patent, we know is going to be an expensive process, but we think Invent Oregon will really help us out to kind of mitigate the discrepancies between price, complications, and just the sheer jargon of kind of getting through what a patent process is even like. So
let's think about it from the other side. Now you'll go through Invent Oregon, we'll go through the finals. You'll have the opportunity to pitch. But looking back, what do you hope to get out of your experience at Invent Oregon?
Absolutely. I would like to win $30,000. But apart from that, I really do want to gain just validation, I think would be the biggest thing. because I know I have an idea that has potential to grow, but if we don't work and put in all the effort that is absolutely necessary to win this competition or the takes to win this competition, I feel like we wouldn't get out of it as much as we needed to. I really think we need to put forth our best foot forward and really, really drive ourselves to start this business, because there's a real opportunity out there for us. Even if we don't win, I'm still stoked that we could participate in this, and I think that's the ultimate goal of our project.
Nick, how about you?
I think that our main goal, even if we don't win, I feel like we can launch on our own, because the costs we found internationally, we could probably get a manufacturer to build our tool for relatively cheap and then ship it back over here to sell it. But our main focus needs to be validation and building up our customer website and Instagram following, hopefully. And if we achieve those, then I really think that we can launch.
A couple more questions here for you. Firstly, what is the most important thing you want the judges to know about your invention?
I think specifically, I want them to know about at least us. I want them to know that we've done the work, that we put in the work to find traction for our company. But in terms of the actual tool itself, I want them to know that there is a real need out there for board sport athletes, because I find myself stuck on the mountain all the time with a huge screwdriver lugging in my pocket that could impale me at any moment. And I just really want them to know that there is a real need for this product, that backcountry snowboarders, skateboarders, surfers, whatever you might engage in, this is the product that can really kind of revolutionize what the sport really does.
One last question. This one's a little bit hard hitting, so I hope you're ready for it. Where are the best swells in Oregon? Because I really need to know.
I recommend Rockaway Beach. That is kind of a sleepy little beach town. Its waves are a little bit more for boogie boarding, but there are definitely some surfing waves out in Rockaway Beach. So definitely the place to check out. Just north of Tillamook, just south of Seaside. It's the place to check out.
Right on.